Reading in English is not only a school exercise, it is a way to find new ideas, learn about culture, and speak more confidently. English is a global language. Many books, articles, blogs, and scientific papers appear in English first. When we read often, we understand sentence structures, grow our vocabulary, and connect with real English usage. In this article, you will see 10 parts explaining why reading in English should become a regular habit and how to make it effective. 1. Reading as a foundation of language practice. Reading is more than getting information from a page. When we read in English, we practice several skills together. We grow our vocabulary, learn grammar forms, and follow how sentences are built. Frequent reading trains our minds to accept the foreign language so it becomes a base for speaking, listening, and writing. Some people read only if a teacher gives them homework, which feels boring. To enjoy reading, we need personal reasons. If you like science fiction, choose science fiction stories. If you like success stories, choose biographies of entrepreneurs. While reading, write down new words in a notebook, then review them. This is a strong way to remember words faster. Reading also helps us meet real expressions, slang, idioms, phrasal verbs. Textbooks may not always include these. Slowly, we start to speak more naturally. Reading trains critical thinking too. We analyze details, ask questions, and connect facts. This builds a language base and helps us think in English. The key is to pick texts you enjoy so reading is pleasant, not a chore. 2. Expanding vocabulary. Through reading is one of the best ways to grow your vocabulary. We should do it with awareness. Note new words, guess their meaning from context, then check a dictionary. This method helps us remember words deeply. It is good to keep a personal list of new words, phrases, and the sentences where we found them. Reading also shows us many expressions. A textbook might give a short list, but a real text shows how these expressions are used. For example, if you see hit the ground running, the story shows its proper meaning and time to use it. Try different types of texts: novels, articles, blogs, and news. Each format gives new words. If we only read novels, we'd learn certain words, while scientific articles give different vocabulary. This variety builds a stronger language base, making us more confident in any situation. 3. Improving grammar understanding. Writing English is not only about new words, it is also a way to understand grammar. In real texts, we see tenses and structures in action. For example, if we mix up past simple and present perfect, we might see how the writer uses each one in clear examples. Grammar in textbooks can feel abstract, but in novels, stories, or articles, we see why the writer chose a certain tense, which keywords show that tense, and when we need passive voice or conditional sentences. Slowly, we feel the patterns. Certain grammar mistakes start to look strange and correct forms stand out. Reading also shows syntax, word order, the way we place adverbs or extra details. This helps with reading comprehension, writing, and speaking. The more examples we see, the easier it is to use them ourselves. 4. Keeping motivation through reading. Learning a language takes time and effort. Reading in English can give strong motivation. When you choose material you really like, mysteries, romance, or articles about science or business, reading becomes a fun activity. Regular reading lets us see progress. At first, many words seem new, but after a few weeks, we notice we can understand more easily and need the dictionary less. That sense of progress keeps us going. Reading inspiring stories can also show us how English connects to our goals. English then becomes a tool for reaching bigger dreams. That motivation is stronger than any school requirement. 5. Different formats and genres, from blogs to classics. To avoid boredom, it helps to change reading formats. Some people love fantasy novels, others prefer science articles, or maybe personal blogs and interviews. There is no wrong choice if the text interests you and fits your level. Beginners might start with simplified books. People who love science fiction can read short sci-fi tales. Fans of news or reviews can pick from many websites with modern publications. If you enjoy classic literature, read famous authors in the original version, but be ready for harder language. Variety in genres enriches vocabulary and style, helping you sense the language better. 6. How to choose a text level. Picking the right text level is key. If each sentence is too hard, you will get tired quickly. If everything is too easy, you stop growing. Find a balance. You mostly understand but still meet some new words and grammar forms. Try a small sample. Read 100 to 150 words. Do you understand the main idea without constant dictionary checks? If yes, it is probably a good level. If the text is still too simple, maybe try something harder. Also, the topic should be interesting so you do not get bored. Sometimes, if a story is truly amazing, it is okay to try something above your level because curiosity helps you continue. 7. Reading techniques, from skimming to deep analysis. Sometimes we read quickly, searching for specific facts or numbers. This is skimming. It is good for finding certain details, but to improve your language, sometimes read deeply. Reread complex sentences, think about their structure, and ask questions. Active reading helps too. Highlight or note key points, write short comments, or add questions. Also summarize or retell the text after each chapter or section. Talk about it out loud or write a short summary. This fixes the information in your mind and grows your ability to express ideas. You can record yourself speaking and then listen. Over time, you will see better understanding and speaking skills. 8. Reading aloud for pronunciation practice. We often read silently, but reading English out loud is a good way to improve pronunciation and intonation. You train your lips, tongue, and breath, learning the right pauses. Listen to an audiobook clip first, then repeat it. Focus on the speaker's accent and stress. Record your voice even if it feels strange at first. That way, you can hear your mistakes. Reading aloud helps muscles remember English sounds. You also store words in your mind. This builds confidence. You become more used to forming English sentences and have fewer barriers when speaking in real conversations. 9. Reading as a path to cultural understanding. Language is connected to culture. By reading English books, we see how people think and live. Classic works show older customs, while modern novels, blogs, and articles reveal current events, humor, memes, and references. This helps us catch jokes, hidden meanings, and cultural references. That is important if we plan to travel, study, or work in an English-speaking environment. Reading helps us feel closer to native speakers, which improves communication. We learn their values and traditions, and we see how they share ideas. 10. Practical tips and conclusion. 1. Read often, 15 to 20 minutes a day if possible. 2. Pick texts you enjoy so you do not feel bored. 3. Keep a vocabulary notebook and review new words regularly. Check the difficulty level. Not too easy, not too difficult. 5. Switch genres. Novels, blogs, news. 6. Read aloud and record yourself to improve pronunciation. 7. Summarize or take notes to remember ideas. 8. Join communities that discuss books to share feedback. 9. Do not worry if you do not understand every phrase. Focus on overall meaning and steady growth. 10. Enjoy the process. Reading should bring you pleasure. Frequent reading in English opens a large world of literature, ideas, and cultural references. It grows your vocabulary, grammar skills, pronunciation, and confidence. Make it a habit and a key to fluent English.